any pledge of the license.
I will give them a couple minutes to modify the language of the motion. Thank you, ma'am.
Good night.
Thank you.
Thank you, Donna.
Suggested I give this to you.
Mr. Chairman, do you want our green cards from notice as part of?
We
the
do,
record?
yes, we need them for the file. Thank you very much, Mike.
I thought this was an immigration hearing.
I know.
It's for the people living
Now
upstairs.
he's gonna tell us he's not legal.
Those are the workers? Those are workers? No, wait a minute. What kind of hearing is this?
We're gonna have an issue.
I can just see that now. A lot of green cards.
Sure is. Most of them find their way to the right person, too.
It's the post office and business. That doesn't look good out there, does it?
Still snowing.
Dusting.
Guys, would you like a cookie? Mr. He was up all afternoon, didn't take his nap, and made cookies.
Thank you, Michael.
You have those in Wilmington, do you?
sorry?
Cookies at the
My
meeting?
wife stayed up.
Cookies at your
Oh,
meeting?
no, wait a minute.
Oh, no, you kidding me?
I'll have one.
Thought the town manager made them.
One of our guys owns a pizza joint, so that's.
It looked like you had a couple of slices.
Yeah.
That's pretty dangerous.
As long as it's not on my tie.
Yeah.
That's a pretty dangerous thing to have.
Subject to annual approval of the Boston Board of Selectmen and.
To notify.
That make sense to you?
Makes sense. I can read that.
Good luck.
Okay,
Just one final comment before we go.
sure.
I do quite a bit of work out of Woburn District Court. Talked to a number of people who know Mr. Palmer, know about the operation of the Tenant Tavern, and everyone, to a person, the comments that came back to me, that it's a professional-run operation over there, essentially a family-run restaurant that does cater to more than just the families, but run in a professional way. Staff is well-trained, so I'm going to obviously vote in favor of this license too, based upon the track record and people that I've spoken to. I've had their comments regarding you and your operation.
Thank you, Sean. Now we know where you hang out.
No, I have yet to be there. I was supposed
Just
to be
as
there
an
Friday
aside-
night, but I couldn't make it, but,
What I'm suggesting is that we insert in the motion that any pledge of this license as collateral, is subject to annual approval of the North Reading Board of Selectmen, and then whatever else we have. Any problem or objections to that? And I don't think the bank will either, all right? I think it just kind of protects the town's interest, depending upon your performance. I had to, you know.
Okay. Mr. Prisco.
Mr. Chairman, I move to grant a common victular all alcohol license to Great American Tavern, LLC, doing business as Great American Tavern, 303 Main Street, Robert Palmer, manager, for January 1st, 2011 through December 31st, 2011, subject to all regulatory department requirements, and any pledge of this license as collateral be subject to an annual approval of the North Reading Board of Selectmen, and to notify the ABCC that the board has determined that issuing this license shall not be detrimental to the educational and/or spiritual activities of the Martin Pond Union Baptist Church.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Prisco, seconded by Mr. O'Leary. All in favor?
aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous? Thank you, gentlemen.
Okay, and I just want to be sure that the record showed that you did close the public hearing, correct?
Let the record show that the public hearing was closed before we voted. Thank you, Steve.
Happy holidays.
Thank you for taking on this
Thank you, and
venture.
best of luck, and I look forward to,
Look forward to seeing you all there.
yeah, I look forward to some sort of an awning or faux windows or doors in
We're
the,
gonna thrive.
or what I consider to be the front, which is the back of the building. All right, thank you.
Okay, the next item on our agenda is board and committee appointments and reappointments. I'll give Mike a chance to
1 second, sir, and then
get
I'll be
his
ready.
documentation.
When you get, when it comes around to you, you need to sign that letter, okay?
Had it before.
I'll go ahead and write this in later on, okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
But if you wouldn't mind signing it,
No, no, that's it.
it is fine.
Yeah, I know. The extras, the new motions didn't matter.
Actually, we have one more we need to do.
Oh, yeah, no.
Correct.
For the if it's okay with you, to do that one first.
Okay, Mr. Prisco.
Which one is it?
This is for the restaurant license. Mr. Chairman,
Number 7 on it?
no, this is number 4. It's a continuation.
It would say new motions on the top, written in red
Oh,
ink.
new motion,
using this
okay.
one?
Correct, the first one.
Yep.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, I move to grant a common victular license to Great American Tavern LLC, doing business as Great American Tavern, 303 Main Street, Robert Palmer, manager, for January 1st, 2011 through December 31st, 2011, subject to all regulatory department requirements.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Prisco, seconded by Mr. O'Leary. Discussion?
I'm just unclear, what's the difference between the two?
This is for the
Just
food.
For the food.
Okay, all right, thank
For
you.
the restaurant, right.
Hearing no further comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous?
Okay, now we can get to work. Really butcher some names, so I'll apologize in advance if I mispronounce your name. The first appointment is for the library trustees. And Mr. Chairman, I move to place in nomination the following names for appointment/reappointment as members of the library trustees for terms to expire on December 31st, 2013. There are 2 openings. There are 3 candidates. Lorraine Shanahan, 177,
Sheehan.
oh, sorry, Sheehan, Sheehan,
Back to.
177 Haverhill Street, she's an incumbent. Catherine, oh, God, you have to help me with this one, Bob, again.
Jeffrey
Scan-
and Scannell.
Scannell,
Jeffrey and Scannell, yeah.
Jeffrey Ann Scannell, 44 Orros Road, she's an incumbent. The third is Mary Ann Lapp, 3 Neblick Way.
Second.
Chair, as the liaison to the library trustees, I consulted with library trustee president Marcy Bailey. In consultation with her, I'd be nominating the 2 incumbents, Lorraine Sheehan and Catherine Jeffrin Scannell, to the 2 voting members of the library trustee, based upon their longtime service to the library. It was felt as though that those 2 should be reappointed to that position. It's not putting aside Mary Ann Lapp, but as the next motion will show that Mrs. Bailey would like to have Mary Ann Lapp as a associate member, sort of a junior league to the trustees in case an opening comes up. So I nominate Lorraine Sheen, Catherine Jeffrin Scannell for reappointment.
Further discussion? I'll call for a roll call vote on the motion. Mr. O'Leary?
Ms. Sheehan and Ms. Jeffrey and Scannell.
Mr. Prisco?
Sheehan, Jeffrey and Scannell.
Mr. Delaney?
Ms. Sheehan and Ms. Catherine Jeffrin Scannell.
Mr. Yule?
Ms. Sheehan and Ms. Jeffrey on Scannell.
The chair votes Lorianne Sheehan and Catherine Jeffrin Scannell.
Library trustees, this is for an associate member. Mr. Chairman, I move to place in nomination the following name for appointment as an associate member to the library trustees for term to expire on December 31st, 2013. Mary Ann Lapp, 3 Neblick Way.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Prisco, second by Mr. O'Leary. Discussion, Mr.
Hey, Mr. Chairman, just taking off from what I previously commented on Ms. Lapp, as the board members may have seen, she's a reading specialist at the Batchelder School. She's been an employee of North Reading since 1988, and Mrs. Bailey thinks she'll be a considerable asset as an associate member in the Library Board of Trustees. So, therefore, I would be recommending and voting in favor of Ms. Mary Ann Lapp.
Okay, that's just, how many positions are there typically for associates?
They have no associate members right now, so that's why Mrs. Bailey thought it'd be nice to develop some associate members in case openings do come on as voting members. And there are 6 current members, voting members of the library trustees.
I'll waive the need for a roll call vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous? Martin's Pond Committee next.
I'm sorry?
Martin's Pond Committee next.
Mr. Chairman, I move to place in nomination the following names for appointment, reappointment as members of the Martin Pond Reclamation Study Committee for the terms to expire on December 31st, 2013. There are 4 openings. Janet Nicosa, 2 Poplar Terrace. Catherine Giffron Scannell, 4 Burrows Road. Paul Cameron, 37 Burrows Road. And Lori Lenz, 14 Commode Road.
Second?
Motion, Briscoe, second by Mr. O'Leary. Mr.
The 4 openings, yes, the 4 openings are all for reappointments. There were no additional applicants for any position on this particular committee. And in speaking with Mr. Kozier, it was felt as though that all 4 are worthy of reappointment to the Martins Pond Committee. So I'd ask the board to vote in favor of all 4 incumbents for reappointment.
Further discussion? Hearing none, I will waive the roll call, need for a roll call vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous? Detailed constables?
Mr. Chairman, I move to place in nomination the following names for reappointment as detail constables for the terms to expire on December 31st, 2011. 2 openings, Carl Berg, Jerry Berg.
Second?
Motion by Mr. Briscoe, seconded by Mr. O'Leary.
Question? Probably should have asked this a couple years ago. A detail constable is what?
Traffic cop, as opposed to process serving. They're like special police here in North Reading, somewhat unique
Okay.
to North Reading, whereby at times, depending upon their training, they may actually be in a cruiser for us.
These 2 gentlemen are actually
They're
the
the
dog
animal
officers,
control
right?
They're actually the animal control officers too, but they also fill in
And
for
I've
the
seen
police
them do
department
that.
is when the regular police department not available for details, and our regular special force not available for details, they're called upon to fill in. They've been doing it for a number of years. Kind of a unique situation for our community, yes, but been ongoing for a number of years. They
Thank
do
you.
a fine job.
Okay.
So we have a motion and a second. I'll waive the need for roll call vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous? Next is Historical Commission.
Is that yours? Yep.
Yep, okay. Mr. Chairman, I move to place in nomination the following name for the appointment as a member of the Historical Commission for a term to expire on December 31, 2013. Billy Mae Donahue at 12 Green Street.
Second?
Motion by Mr. Yule, seconded by Mr. O'Leary.
Now,
Mr.
if-
Yule.
If I may, one of the, there are 3 openings, we have Billy May. I spoke to her, she was at one point, as we recall, was interested in the Water Commission, and further conversations with her. She felt that being involved in the Historical Commission would better suit what her time and her availability. And she's been here 30 years, so she finds that she can add to that committee. Also, we're going to have another addition. An incumbent is going to come back. I was able to convince Ms. Jagler to, if I'm saying her name correctly, come back. And so she's going to submit her form again. So we'll only have 2, be 2 down, and we're looking to put more on the Historical Commission at that point. But she's very excited about doing this.
Further discussion?
Yes, sir.
I'll waive the need for roll call vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous? Water Commission.
Yes,
Mr.
Mr.
Yule.
Chairman, I move to place in nomination the following names for appointment and or reappointment as members of the Water Commission for a term to expire on December